Hello. So today we're looking at planes in R3 or in 3 dimensions. Okay, so what does this mean? Okay, so we're asked to describe the following planes. Very interesting. All right, so first one, x equals 1. Second one's y equals -2, and third is z equals 3. Okay, so let's start by drawing some axes. This is usually the best thing to do. You actually start visualizing. So we have our axes. Let's label them. Z, X, and Y. Let's put some little markers. What's going on? All right. So usually vertically, the vertical axis represents Z. The horizontal represents Y. And the axis coming out or pointing towards us is the X axis. Okay, so now x equals 1, so that's here. So x equals 1 along this, it's not very nice. It's just a line along this line here. But we can extend, this is actually a plane. It goes vertically as well. So x equals 1 is a plane parallel to YZ plane. That's one way of representing it. Good. All right, so let's have a look at B. Might be able to figure this one out. So again, let's draw our axes. Okay, I'll do it here. Okay. We'll label everything. Put some marks in so we know how far along we are on our axes, what direction we're going in. So let's see, -2, -4, we got 2, 4. All right, that's not bad. Okay, so again, let's pick another color. So y equals -2 is right here. So the line. But because we're in 3 dimensions, it also goes upwards and downwards. It's actually a plane. Y equals -2, it's a plane passing through y equals -2 parallel to XZ plane. All right. So I think we're getting the idea. So finally, Z equals 3. So let's scroll all the way over to the right. Let's draw in our axes again. Okay, so I'm sure you can figure this one out. Let's put in some markers. Label our axes. Okay. And then pick a color. Purple's nice. This is 3. Z equals 3. Let's do it this way. It's a line, but it also goes out in all directions. So it's actually a plane. Z equals 3. This is a plane passing through z equals 3 and parallel to, do you know which plane? To the xy plane. Like a sheet of paper. And it's a sheet of paper that cuts through that point z equals 3. So parallel to the xy plane, cutting through z equals 3. Good. So we have a whole lot of flat planes that's parallel to another plane. So number 2, what are the x, y, and z intercepts of the following planes? All right. Okay. So the x-intercept occurs, let's have a look at A. So x-intercept, so occurs when y equals 0 and z equals 0. So let's do that. Let's plug y equals 0 and z equal to 0 into our equation. If we do that, then solve for x, what do we get? X equals 4. Similarly for the y-intercept. So let x equals 0 and z equals 0. Then what do we get? We get 2, 0 minus y plus 0 equals 8. We get y equals 8. Finally, let's put over here, z-intercept. Let x equals 0, y equals 0. And what do we get? We get 2 times 0 minus 0 plus z equals 8. And again, our z-intercept is z equals 8. All right. Okay, let's do the next one. Different color. Let's scroll over to the right. I think we can see it. Let's do B, x-intercept. So we need to let y and z equal 0. Oh, that's interesting. There's no x. Huh. That's very interesting. That's actually a line. Curious. Why don't we put in an x? Okay. So our plane is x plus 13, y plus z equals 26. Trying to think, what is that going to look like? If we didn't have an x there, then we'd have to have a plane that never intersects the x-axis. It'd have to be parallel to the x-axis in some way, but okay, so let's change our plane so that makes a bit more sense. So x plus 13y plus z equals 26. That's our plane. We're going to find the x-intercept. Let's go back to purple. Going to let y equals 0 and z equals 0. And what do we get? We get x plus 13, 0 plus, 0 plus 26. And we end up with x equals 26. All right, y-intercept. X equals 0 and z equals 0. All right, so we get 0 plus 13y plus 0 equals 26. So y equals 2. Z-intercept, let x equals 0 and y equals 0. And we have 0 plus 13 times 0 plus z equals 26. Therefore, z equals 26. Good. So we have our x, y, and z intercepts for our two planes. We also had to make a slight modification for our second plane. All right, so number 3, sketch the following planes. Oh, okay. All right, so let's look at the first one, z equals 3. So let's scroll back up. I think we did that one right at the beginning. 1c, z equals 3, and what was that plane? That was a plane parallel to the xy plane cutting through the point z equals 3. So we don't need to do that one again. That one's done. Second one, x plus y equals 2. Let's have a look at this one. Let's draw our axes. We can figure this one out. If we can, then maybe we could figure out that second question in part 2. All right, okay, our axes. Okay. All right, let's label. Let's do a bit of labeling. All right, let's put some markers in. So every tick mark is 1 unit in the y direction. Okay. And now we're going to graph this line. Okay, 1, 2, 3, there you go. All right, let's pick a color. Let's graph the line x plus y equals 2. All right, so what's the x-intercept? The x-intercept occurs when y equals 0. That's x equals 2. Y-intercept is also 2. So we can join those two lines up. All right, so this is a plane, and this is a plane that goes through this line. This is the line. Okay, y equals negative x plus 2. But it never intersects the z-axis. It's actually a line, a plane. It's a vertical and parallel to the z-axis. A plane parallel to z-axis. All right. Okay. So that's good. We understand that. Now let's go back up to the previous exercise. So originally, in part B, we're given the plane 13y plus z equals 26. So I put in an x in front of it so we can figure out our intercepts. All right, so now let's consider, let's call this star 2b star. And this is 13y plus z equals 26. So let's see if we could graph this. So why don't we rewrite this as a line in the ZY plane. Okay, so again, we'll draw our axes. Always good to visualize these things. And maybe that was our mistake or my mistake the first time round doing these questions. All right. So now we need to mark off some points here. Trying to think here. All right, so every tick mark is going to be 5. I think that should be sufficient. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. All right. Okay, so let's figure out our x and y intercepts. Y equals 0. Let's pick another color. Y equals 0. Z equals 26. So right here. when z equals 0, y is 2. So kind of here. So let's join those 2 points by a line. Okay, not bad. Close enough. Okay, good. All right, interesting. So if you notice, this is a line in the YZ plane. There's no x-axis, so this is actually a plane. Let's see if we can draw this. That's parallel. Oops. Parallel, sort of an angle, and parallel to the x-axis. So this particular line is z equals negative 3y plus 26. That's a plane parallel to x-axis. So in this case, therefore, no x-intercept. But the y-intercept is y equals 2. And z-intercept is z equals 26. Good. So we sorted that out. So we got one extra exercise in. All right, so that brings us to the end of our session. If you have any questions, send us a note at info@raisemymarks.com or give us a call day or evening, and we'll be happy to answer your questions. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon.